Yo, what's poppin'? All my peeps, it is I, your host with the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can. Champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back in the yard of streams for another edition of Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. You can't have Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show without the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's poppin', bro?
Hey, yo.
Scott Hall is so dreamy.
Yeah.
He was so dreamy.
He's just someone I love watching in reruns when I do my rewatches of just his thing, not just WWE. He pops up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like a random 2001, 2002 episode of Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Hall and the weird NWO are there. I throw on TNA in 2010 or 11, whenever the Bischoff era was.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Hall's there. And even in 04, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love seeing him because he just oozes machismo. And not only that, like, he is wrestling. There's just some guys that are just constants in wrestling, whether it is WWE, AEW, WCW, ECW. You just know them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of those guys. You just know who Scott Hall is.
He's iconic.
He is iconic. I'd give you that. I would give you that. And Sarah, we've been talking a lot, okay, about WWE, Raw, SmackDown, and breaking down the shows. And that's why I love the Thursday episode. And I love how we went from not knowing what the hell it's going to be week in and week out to basically them feeding us stuff to talk about. It feels like every Wednesday, Thursday rolls around and there's some breaking news that happened. The other week we had Jade Cargill. This week we got Edge and Fastlane to talk about. So it's nice. It's nice in that sense. So
I love not having to worry about doing anything today, like for the show.
Yeah,
I love not having to set aside time to make notes and then do banners and stuff like that. Oh my god, it's so relaxing. I'm like, yeah, I get to be a guest today.
Exactly. That's what, and I like they like the dichotomy we kind of got. You're the the Raw, SmackDown analytical. We got to know, but me like this. Let's just talk. Let's just have a conversation. That's how I like to host things as the host with the most, and
I like structure. So
yeah, I operate a lot in chaos, so I'm just used to chaos at this point. My day itself, I think every day I have is basically chaotic, especially when you're starting at 4:35 in the morning. So it's a lot of fun. But you know what? That's that world. We're not swimming with the fishes. We're in that squared circle. We're talking wrestling, and I just don't. There's only one way to really kick off the Thursday episode, Sarah. So let's just...
Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud!
Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud, Sarah. It is lemon and rosebud of the week. And there's a lot that we can pick from. So I've introduced here. I've done my talking. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, we gotta say what's up to our usual peeps that are here.
What up?
D squared, or actually, if you want to go D cubed, if you want to go there with Dickie, but Richard, tomato potato. What's up, guys? Nathaniel, I think we see Adam Copeland versus Christian soon. We're gonna talk about that. I think it would be ridiculous if we didn't. And Nathaniel also hopes that the Patriots win. Me fucking too, man.
Too.
Okay. I'm so annoyed with losing.
We're underdogs now. I'm like, oh my god.
Used to it. We're used to it at this point, being the underdogs. So, all right, we got him from peeps. Nope, not me. I've talked enough. Sarah, what is the best thing or your favorite thing that you saw in wrestling this week?
I would say two things. One, Drew McIntyre in general. Just Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre just standing there in a black skirt. No, I'm just kidding. I know. I mean, like, No,
I-
just that
yeah.
we're getting closer and closer to him finally turning into that Scottish psychopath that we've been wanting for a long time.
Mhm.
So that is very exciting for me because we've talked about it basically since after Mania. Then he was gone for however long. It just felt like once they did bring him back, it was exciting, but they didn't know what to do with him. And then he was just kind of like there, and then the whole Riddle thing. So I'm really happy that they're inching closer to that. And then the other thing is Gunther and his match with Tommaso Ciampa. As mad as I am that it happened on Raw and it didn't happen at Fastlane, I'm just like, I could watch Gunther wrestle all day long. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm like I said, that is my heavyweight champion. Gunther is my heavyweight champion. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what the belt even says on it. Okay. He is my heavyweight champion. So
I mean, basically, he is the heavyweight champion of Raw at this point with the amount of matches he has, which week in and week out. He's truly the workhorse champion.
I think they said he's defended it like 73 times or something like that between Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, and house shows. I think they said it was like 73 times since he's been champion. And we're talking like half that for Roman in 3.5, 4 years or whatever. Like, oh.
It's a little different.
That's why Gunther is my boy.
Here we go.
He's my man.
He's incredible. I could watch his matches. I mean, every week, every day, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait until he's like actually WWE or World Heavyweight Champion. Like, I still want it to be where he the theory of winning the Rumble and then getting his match at Mania, and then he just was like, I don't need this. You know what I mean? Like, I just want that to happen so bad. Like, either before he wins or when he wins, just like, I don't need the Intercontinental title. Whatever. Like, I would love that.
People forget John Cena was U.S. champion until was it like a week or two before his match with JBL at Mania. So, don't put him outside or take him out of the race just because he's in the I'm not gonna say secondary. I know what
you mean.
What's that word I'm looking for? The word's gonna pop into me at the worst time. But yeah, Gunther is awesome. I love watching him, and I want to see more. I want to see more. Like, not that I want to see more out of him. I want to see more matches like Ciampa, guys like that getting the opportunity so we can get in the ring with them to put on great matches because he can, and I he wants to. That's what I'm excited about. Let's get him on a pay-per-view too, at some point. So,
yes,
my rosebud of the week. Okay, Sarah, I know it's the second brand and it's the other company, but AEW is putting on some of the most entertaining television I've watched in a long time. And it's starting to feel like, I'm not going to say full out competition because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really not. But their AEW has been so good as of late with, I mean, the Edge stuff, whatnot. My favorite thing has to still be the Christian Cage. It's my favorite thing in wrestling right now.
Oh my God.
Is how much of a heel Christian is and how good of a job he's doing. And to have Nick Wayne also be part of that, which that's I would say my real rosebud out of all this, because I mean, you know me here. Like, I kind of like everything or understand where they're going with a lot of things. But with this was probably one of the smartest moves they did. Because if you have Nick Wayne side with Darby Allin and just be that sidekick after what Swerve and AR Fox did, and how AR Fox and Darby Allin, he's like, yeah, we're cool, man. It's all good. Like, you still got me. It's like, dude, you just went into my house, bloodied me to an oblivion, and I'm just going to have to be like, no, we're good. Back to that sorry thing.
Yeah.
Over there.
I'm not the same man I was 30 seconds ago.
Exactly. And then to have him align himself with Christian, and go into that direction while he's young, and he's 18, 19, and he's working with one of the best heel, right, the hottest heel right now, probably next to Dom Dom. I love that AEW is doing that, and it paves a way for him to be on some pretty big cards, maybe in a smaller role, but with the potential to break out and have moments in those. And I love that element of it.
I love seeing Christian turn on Adam. I saw the uncensored version. I was like, yeah. I was always a Christian person over between Edge and Christian. I mean, once he cut his hair, I couldn't. When he had long hair, I was like, oh hell no. But once Christian had that solo run when he was shorter hair and whatever, like I was always a peep. I guess I should say I was a peep. I was never an Edge head. So I'm excited.
I would say I'm more of a peep too. I was a big fan of Christian Cage's TNA run. That's where I really started to like him as a solo guy.
We got on camera at a show for peep section signs. I don't remember.
Oh, really?
It was a pay-per-view. Maybe it was Over the Limit. Maybe.
That would make sense for a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I love what they're doing. It's so great. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So yeah, that was what we liked this week though. Sarah, what do you not like this week?
I am looking forward to Fastlane, but until I looked at the match card, which at this point is only 5 matches, which I thought was kind of crazy. 3 of them are tag matches. 3 of them are tag matches.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
why?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, I got the banner right there.
Why do we need 3 tag matches? Like that just disappointed me because it's like not it doesn't mean that they're going to be bad matches. Obviously I don't think so, especially with who are in each match, but I'm just like, we don't need 3 tag matches on a card. Like this is why I was like, feel even more that they could have put Gunther and Ciampa on the card, because that just feels like a pay-per-view worthy match, obviously. And you could have taken out one of those tag matches and put, like at least if it was like 2 of the 5 were tag, okay, whatever. Like it's still like but like I don't know. And it would be nice if they added like another women's match. Like why is Rhea being left off, or like what's going on? I don't know. I think that the show is going to be fine. I just wish there was a little bit more variation because, tag matches, I don't want to see back-to-back tag matches. Like,
no, and you could have one on the pre-show. You could do a pre-show match.
And they could have put Gunther on there instead. They could have put the Gunther's match on there instead.
Yeah, I don't get that. Now that you bring that to my attention, I kind of just overlooked it because I'm like, all right, whatever. It's still good. Like LWO versus Sioux Profits.
I know. That's
really...
I know that's the main one that I would say that could come off. But the only reason why I would say it shouldn't come off is because of possibly using Carlito. And I'm assuming that might be why that they got put on the pay-per-view, because we might actually see Carlito make his debut, I guess, that's just in my brain. That's nothing that's been talked about. I'm just trying to think of like where and when are they going to actually use this man who's been signed for months and they're just like chilling.
Well, it's a good point though, because why would you have this match on this card when you could have a United States Championship match? You could even wild thought, but you could put the Intercontinental Championship on a pay-per-view. There's a lot of things that you could do, and it doesn't make sense to just have this match be on the card and whatever. There needs to be a reason why. So just makes sense.
I'm thinking we're getting a swerve or something. I think that it is going to be like Carlito is going to, be the third man for the LWO, or like Santos is going to turn. Something is going to happen. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to be really disappointed, because otherwise I feel like there's no reason to have elevated this match to being pay-per-view worthy when like it's not. and that's not disrespectful. I don't mean that, to the guys in the match, but like, this isn't some hardcore feud that it's like, oh, it's finally ending at this pay-per-view. It's like, no, we just wanted to put them on there, like, if that's what it is. So I'm really hoping that it is some other factor for why it was put on the show.
It has to be. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Has to be, bro. Has to be. Let me go to my nope. Where's my banner? All right, let's go to my lemon before we get into the comments, because Sarah, we actually have our peeps in the comment section giving their own rosebud and lemon. I love when we get interaction like that, when the peeps get their own, because I want to hear, I want to hear what they're thinking, because you never know. You learn from people. My lemon of the week, other than Adam Cole being injured, I'd say.
Did you see how bad it is?
Oh, it's
2 surgeries.
4. What was he? It was torn or broken in 4 places.
Well, it's 2 surgeries. He's gonna need screws and rods in his foot, and it's gonna be like a really hardcore recovery that he's probably not gonna be back for. I didn't see how long they said, but given the fact that he's probably gonna have to relearn how to walk, I'm gonna because if you're putting rods and shit in his foot, like, he's not gonna be able to put weight on it and whatever, so it's probably gonna be like a year or more. I would assume. God. Such horrible timing.
Hot. It was so hot. Like the MJF Adam Cole stuff. And I mean, you could even put this as part of my rosebud. Now that MJF and Adam Cole aren't really doing anything, and you had that segment with MJF and Max Caster in the locker room. You probably saw that clip on Twitter. I love that they're bringing that Twitter thing over and blending it over into the camera on screen. I want to see more of that then. All right, if this, let's take this lemon and make some lemonade out of it. Let's see some opportunities for MJF to really show his own.
Well, and it's nice that they're also doing the like pre-recorded videos with Adam Cole, so like still having him be on TV and active in this storyline. And it's good that because they can film multiple things in a day, you know what I mean, and then use it for over the span of weeks or whatever. So I think that's good, because it would really suck if they were having to just kind of write him off, and it's like, oh, he's injured, okay, and then you're just kind of like forgetting about it, because that's usually how wrestling is. Even if it is like the hottest storyline in the company or in wrestling or whatever, it's like you kind of do just have to move on. But I think I don't watch AEW, but I know how over their tag team was, and how much people were looking forward to and entertained by them every single week. So it's like, I think it's a good move to keep him involved as long as possible, until he has to have the surgeries and then he like physically can't do it, because I don't know, it would be better to do that than to just kind of ignore the fact that he was ever there and a part of it,
Yeah, I agree. I'm so sad about that, because after watching that little thing with their little segment with Roderick Strong, the Kingdom, like that's going so well that you're getting the Kingdom on AEW programming and reviving them. You're going in another direction with wrestling, the entertainment element of the vignettes and whatnot, that old school. They're really doing a good job with it. And to have something like this happen with the injury, it just sucks. The other thing I was going to say for my lemon is just Sky Blue. We need something. She's too good. I feel like she's very good, and to be squashed and whatnot. I did see something that they might be turning her a little bit darker after she was sprayed with the mist by Julia Hart, after she lost to her, all that. And last night she had like darker eyeshadow or whatever under here, and didn't smile as much, and wasn't doing her like tongue out thing, whatever. So cool, but I want to see substance with her. Right now she just feels like a caw.
Yeah,
she really just feels like a caw, and there's so much potential there, I know for a fact. So all right, so let's get into some comments and hear from the peeps, lemons and rosebuds of the week. All right, so we started okay, well, Dickie over here is Rosebud. DIY is back. Lemon, no rematch for Fastlane. That does suck.
Yeah.
It does suck that Mommy's not getting a match.
I think it feels like it's because of her probably being legit injured by Nia. And that, she had to be gone for 2 or 3 weeks. There was no time for them to have like proper build up,
Isn't that just like kind of a sign that
Yeah. Well, and
maybe it wasn't.
I don't know with certainty that she was legit injured, but based off of what we saw and what Nia did to her and to Raquel, I honestly would not be shocked if they were both like legitimately dealing with some sort of injury.
Mhm.
So yeah, it just was. It's another case of like wrong place, wrong time. Like it just because Rhea should have had a match,
No, she should have. She absolutely should have a match on this card. Another lemon right now is the lack of women's matches on Raw and SmackDown. I'd agree. I do like the fact that Tegan Nox is getting some time now and getting love, that push. It just, the SmackDown's women division is on lockdown right now between Damage Control, Asuka, and Charlotte.
But it feels like SmackDown's doing more with the women than Raw. It feels like
Oh,
they're
for
acting
sure.
like they can't do anything on Raw because Becky's in NXT. Like, I just think that's weird.
But she's not, though. At the end
No,
of
but
the
you know what I
day.
mean? Like, that's
No, I know
it's like,
exactly what you mean, but she's not.
it's like
yeah.
a sign, even more cementing the fact that they put way too many women on SmackDown and not enough on Raw. You know what I mean? Like, Raw is 3 hours. There's no reason for SmackDown to have like 25 minutes of women. And, Raw, we got like the opening segment of them beating each other up, a tag match quickly, and it's like, okay,
Chelsea Green holding down
we
the Raw
stand.
women's division.
We
She's
stand.
holding down
Yeah.
the Raw women's division. We got, the deal. Lemon of the week, Nia Jax, because
Yeah.
Nia Jax. I love how our peeps over here are also on the
They understand
Nia
us.
Jax. They understand and get that it's kind of a liability for her to be in the ring, honestly.
Well, she hasn't really done anything since. So
nothing. She's done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to put that out there. She's done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Marshall and Pitts. Do you want Edge and Christian to be tag champs in AEW? Not right now.
No, yeah, not right now. I think that people want to see them feud, and that looks like that's what's going to happen. But I think it really depends on how they want to retire together, because that was something that Adam was saying. So I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a partnership. It could just be like in a storyline together, or whatever. So but as of right now, no, I don't want to see that.
I want to see it when they're done, like when
Yeah.
it's the last. And I want it to be a nostalgic run for the tag team championship. That kind of little. Right now, you have FTR. They're the workhorses. They're the best tag team in the world. All that. So you want to go against the up and coming best tag teams in the world. Well, in wrestling, there does need to be a time where a legend or legends need to hold championships to not revive them, but give them another sort of
The revival.
element. Fuck the revival. They need a like little bit of a boost, and you need to give the legends their due, all of that. And if you're gonna go that route by putting the tag titles on Edge and Christian, you can't do it without the Hardys. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
And it would be an easy way for Edge and Christian to become AEW tag champs, the Hardys to win the AEW tag team championship, I think one of few tag team championships that they have not won. So you get a little legends there. That's like a 2-3 month thing. And then you have an up and coming team that's been working their asses off on Collision and made it up to the Dynamite roster, something like that, where it makes sense, or a team that, worked out, whatever. Right? That's what I wanted as, not right now where they're both so hot as singles competitors. There's no need to do it.
I wouldn't hate it being one of those things where, they team up, they finally win the titles, and then they're kind of like, all right, we're done. And they just forfeit them, kind of like you know, like when Trish won the last the women's championship, it was like her retirement match. So it was kind of like, okay, I'm done now. You know, like I did it, whatever. Like I feel like that would be kind of cool too, because it was like they don't have to defend them. It would just be like, we came in as a tag team and we won the tag titles together, and now we're ending it as a tag champions together. You know what I mean?
I agree. Kingdom Eraser's here, and he asked a non-wrestling question. I'm going to answer this. I got to help the peeps out. When it comes to dating, if your girl asks to go dancing, what if you can't dance? YouTube videos, 1. 2, you just go, okay? And you just...
Well, and guys, it depends. Like if you're going to a club, you know,
that's
just
different.
like a standard club, like guys do a 2-step. They're like, you don't really got to do a whole lot. Like, I mean, you know, but if you're actually talking about like, oh, let's go ballroom dancing or let's do salsa or something like that, that's kind of stuff that you just go with the flow. And like if you can't dance, then it can be kind of I don't know the word. It can be kind of like a girl can kind of find it cute, I guess, in a way.
Oh no,
that like
yeah, I agree.
like
I agree.
you know, that you're still willing to do something and maybe look silly, but like you're confident enough within yourself that you're like, no, I wanted to see this girl. I wanted to have fun. I'm out here having fun, even if I look ridiculous because I don't know what I'm doing. You know, like it can be a good thing. But I mean, if it's like specific dancing, like I said, like salsa or something, those are things that you just have to learn. Cause like I don't know how to do that either. But it can be fun to learn, you know, and maybe that's something that you could say, like, oh, I know you want to go dancing. Maybe we should take lessons or something. You know, it just depends. I think it's the atmosphere. If it's a club, don't worry about it. You stand there and you just like do a little, you know, like guys don't do anything. The girls are all on you. Like the guys don't got to do anything.
Just a little that.
Yeah.
All right. Little. All right. This is a little off the rails, but I don't care. Just a little like lean with it, rock with it. A little like step. What up?
Yeah.
Just a little that. And don't drink the Jaeger. You don't need to drink the Jaeger, but a glass in your hand.
Yeah, that helps.
A lot of the time you're fidgeting.
Well, because it gives you like a purpose to your hand, so you're not like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands? Ricky Bobby.
Well, and then obviously having a drink does like, if you drink,
if you do,
helps you calm your nerves a little bit. You know, don't overdo it, but maybe take a shot or something. Like it can help you a little bit too. So
come up with patty pits. All right, come up with my. Get ready. April's coming.
Oh god.
WrestleMania weekend. Oh man, hitting the mean streets of Philly. What's going on? That is a great way to segue into our main course of the day, because there's just like so much going on in wrestling right now. I mean, we're gonna kick things off here with Fastlane predictions. We got the 3 count that kind of incorporates all of that with You Think You Know Me and whatnot. So there's a lot going on in wrestling right now. I mean, people are jumping ship. We got WWE scouting AEW talent already.
I didn't hear about that.
Or Ricky Starks.
Oh, duh. We
Ricky
said that.
Starks, Wardlow, and there was one more.
Well, I predicted Ricky Starks, but
there's a woman. I can't think of who it was.
I don't know who Wardlow is.
Oh, look at Wardlow. Think of a big man.
No, I saw a picture, I think. Does he wear face paint or a mask or something?
No.
Oh, okay, then I don't know.
He was MJF's like bodyguard security when he first came up. But he's incredible. He was on the Matt Hardy pod, and I listened to his interview, and since then I've been a real fan of him. He's just such a good guy. So I mean, there's so much going on, and that's why we have the show. And let's start with, I would say, company numero uno, in my eyes, top dogs. WWE's got Fastlane this weekend, Saturday. I am so excited to talk about going out. I am not going out this weekend. And I'm going to cuddle up right over here. Oh, where is it? Oh, my blanket. I'm sitting on it behind me. I'm not, no, too much effort. But I'm going to get all nestled up. And we're going to watch Fastlane. I'm so excited for it. Even though there is 5 matches. I was looking at the card, and there's an article with CBS and whatnot. And I'm kind of shocked that they're going with 5 matches. No pre-show, no nothing.
I know. I was kind of thinking, I'm like, they could add another one, but I'm trying to think like, what would they add from SmackDown? You know, like I don't think there's really anything happening on SmackDown that would need to be on this card as a match that isn't already. You know, like AJ Styles is in a coma, so
Apparently,
like
he's dead.
Yeah,
Andrew Styles is dead.
Yeah, he's not going to be there. They already have a bloodline match. John Cena's in a match. I mean, unless they do something with A-Town Down Under, but even then, like, who would they have a match with? Like,
Ooh, we could get an impromptu Grayson Waller effect.
maybe, but like, who would be his guest?
What if his guest is Austin Theory? And they just go on and just like, we didn't have a match, but you need to have the stars on the show. And I would be, that's stuff I wouldn't hate if you're,
because then I was also trying to think like with 5 matches also, like, are you really going to be able to fill 3 hours with 5 matches? Because like I feel pay-per-views now that Raw is 3 hours, it has to be a minimum of 3 hours. Like they used to only be 2, but now that Raw is 3 hours, if I'm paying to watch this, then I should get 3 hours or more, you know? So I'm like, that's kind of a lot, expecting a lot from just 5 matches. But I feel like, yeah.
But like, why? I not a shot at you the way I just said that, but
yeah.
like, why? Why are you going to add that?
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like trying to come up with these other matches that could be added. I'm just like, I just don't, there's just nothing there. I feel like that would make sense. I don't know.
Is the Unholy Union, is that Alba Fire and
I'm assuming there's supposed to be another video package for them, but
I can't wait. I
don't think that they'll do that just because they're, you know, it would be the day before the show. I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think something is going to happen. That's why I feel like there's going to be something that happens with the LWO. Like I said, I kind of feel like they're going to probably beat up Del Toro or whatever the other one's name is. I can't remember at the top of my head.
Cruz.
Something's going to happen with them, which is going to be a backstage segment. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, who's going to be the third one? You know, like I think something like that. Something might happen with John Cena because John Cena is going to be there. So like, and it's the bloodline, you know, so it's like something like might happen to fill time. I don't know, but
what do you think main events? Before we get into the actual analysis, I want your thoughts on what you think main events.
I feel like it feels like it would be between Cena, LA Knight versus the Bloodline simply because it's Cena, LA Knight, and the Bloodline. But I feel like it should be the World Heavyweight title match, Rollins and Nakamura, because it's like the only one for like a big title. So
I think it should too.
I just wouldn't be surprised if they go with like the star power because it's John Cena and the Bloodline, you know. But I feel like there's not like a deep rooted story there, and it's not for a title or anything, you know. Well, yeah, I'm saying as it is going into the show, it's not that deep, you know.
It's not. I'm gonna go reverse order because I do like the little tradition here of trying to predict the order.
Yeah,
what we talk about. So I'm gonna go with this.
Okay.
I feel like this should be a hot start, like 6-man tag, get the crowd hot. And if what we think is going to happen with Carlito or, you know, back or whatever, then it's a good way to get things going. I don't know. And I the amount of house shows, at least, like, you know, indie stuff I've been to, when you start off with a tag team match, the crowd's always hot. You're ready for the next match.
Yeah. I mean, they might go with one of the tag matches first, just because this is the only one that's 3-on-3. But I don't know. But I do think that this would get people more excited about the rest of the show if we believe. Like, to me, the only thing that makes sense, and I know I said this like on, sorry, I have hiccups. I said this when we were talking about Raw, that it might be Dragon Lee, and as exciting as that would be, because obviously he's fun to watch, it's not going to get the same reaction as Carlito. So I think that's what's going to. That's my guess. That's my prediction. But as far as who's going to win, that's where I'm stuck, because I think it just depends on how this goes. I feel like the Suit Profits need to be the ones to win.
Need it.
Because they're already teasing a breakup and whatever. So like this is something that they need to be solidified. But then it's like if Carlito is the third guy, like they might be like, oh yeah, Carlito needs the win. So that's why I'm kind of like, but I feel like it has to be the Suit Profits. It has to be. It makes way more sense.
It's my gut, and if the LWO win, I will riot. I love them. I think they're great, and you need to have them. But the way the Suit, I'm calling them the Suit Profits.
Oh yeah, I know. They are
the Suit Profits.
I had to change one of the titles to a video because I said the Suit Profits and it like wasn't getting many views. I'm like, I have to change this because people are not searching.
Friggin' algorithm.
Yeah.
Friggin' algorithm getting us again. They need this win so bad, especially with what's been going on SmackDown and Bobby lashing out. Lashing out at them.
Lashleying
out at them. You need to have an up in this.
Yeah.
You can't just have like down. Oh, they're doing it, no down again. Like that's not how roller coasters work, especially emotions. And a big win on a pay-per-view is something that the Suit Profits desperately need and have needed for a long time. They keep getting screwed out of wins, and they need to turn that next chapter into a win dominance to legitimize them on SmackDown, so that when this tag team title situation is officially figured out, then you have them as legitimate contenders for it.
Yeah. I know, like my gut says it's them, but it's more so if I feel like that's what should be done. But I really wouldn't be surprised if what they do is have the LWO win, which would just be disappointing. But
okay, I'm going to hang this up. By the way, look what I just found: tag team title, nonsense tag team title tournament bracket, which that should be hung up in a museum at some point because that tournament was legendary. When have you ever seen Raphael pin Darth Maul? Only in the NWF. All right, so why even bring this up? I'm writing down our predictions and I'm going to hang them somewhere or whatever so that we have record of this. I want to keep doing that. Let's get some records going. We're too good. All right, we need to show off our knowledge. So I got Suit Profits.
Is this who I think should win or who I think will win?
Think will win. Predictions.
I'm so torn because I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with Suit Profits. I feel like other than the fact that they need to win, I think that the LWO losing this could kind of adds more possible scenarios for them to go in afterwards. But I don't know.
Okay, so
I mean, regardless, my biggest prediction is Carlito. So I don't even care if I lose the win-loss thing. I'll be like, if Carlito comes out, then
that's all that matters at the end of the day. I agree with that. Do we have any comments about this? All right, this comment. Why? I want to know why. It was such an easy thing to do. It's an easy way to get people to watch the pre-show.
They do pre-show like talking about the pay-per-view. So like that still happens. I'm kind of okay with it just because you don't have unnecessary matches there. But also I always felt bad for the people in the pre-show matches because like nobody was there yet. You know what I mean? So it's like you're kind of performing to 3/4 empty arena and like people are coming in, going to the bathroom, getting food, like they're not paying attention to you. And I feel like that was kind of just like, that's so harsh, So that's why I was like, it's kind of okay, Yeah. Because also, if it's not a good enough match to be on the show, then don't put it on the pre-show. Like, have it on Raw or SmackDown. Like, if you're just going to say it's on the show, and then you think that it's not even good enough to be on the show, that it should just be on the pre-show because no one's going to watch anyway, then maybe don't have it. Like, to me, I don't know, but...
Dickie's saying that we should... I like his match order. LWO... women's tag. We'll get there. And he also says that Bobby and the Profits win. All right, so I like how Dickie is on our side. Okay, that's nothing else really about that. All right, moving on to the next match. What do we think? I mean, yeah, you kind of have to go here. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, you can't go two tag team matches back to back. That's a lot of tag team action. So I like this triple threat match. We got Asuka, Charlotte, and Io Sky.
Someone in the comments on the video that I clipped that was like, why is Charlotte in this match? They commented nepotism. I was like, yes, just because I could read it and I could hear it, you know.
Oh, you heard
like,
that? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I did appreciate that comment. I feel like the only thing that makes sense and the only thing that I will accept is Io Sky winning this match. I feel like you can't take the title off of her right now, and especially to Asuka or Charlotte, specifically more so Charlotte. I feel like, you know, if you're trying to build up the women's division, then you need to keep it on Io. You can't just keep bouncing the titles around on the same people. That's why people loved that Rhea won, because it was like, not just because it was, you know, a great match, but it was, she took the title off Charlotte, you know? So it's like,
Big win.
it's nice to see a new face have it. And I love Asuka, so I'm not saying that, but it's like, can we keep with like the fresh blood as the champion and like legitimize her, because she's far too good for her to have this short of a run. So keep it on Io.
I fully am with you. My prediction is that Io retains because of Bailey. I won't say Dakota Kai because she can't. She can't.
But it's nice that she's there, like what you were saying with Adam Cole. It's nice that she's still around, you know.
Oh yeah, and she'll be there at ringside or there in some capacity. I have an inkling that Bailey will screw Charlotte, and then that will lead to maybe a feud with them, and Io pins Charlotte. That is my prediction. I'm locked.
She has to, right?
Because you can't have Io pin Asuka, because if Io pins Asuka, that's done. There's no reason to have her come back and be like, I want my match. Asuka's rematch, or she should be like, I demand another title shot, because Charlotte got in the way. So you take out Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then have,
Yeah, and then it also, like you said, it takes Charlotte out of the picture. So if Charlotte is the one that's pinned, then she doesn't have a right to be like, I get a rematch. It's like, no, girl, you were pinned again.
Yeah, you know? Don't go full Natalia on us.
Yeah, right? Don't say one more match. Don't go full Christian on us. Christian circa 2011. Don't do that. I
really wanted them to chant one more match at AEW when it was Christian and Edge in the ring. That would have just been dramatic irony. What do you got? So you got Io. Are you also saying she pinned Charlotte for bonus points? Or
yes.
All right. We'll do that. All right. Io pins Charlotte. All right. So we're sitting together right now in our predictions. I like that. So, but I mean, yeah. No, Diggy, we have some comments about Charlotte that are catching my attention, that they want Charlotte Bianca at Mania. I don't know how that's going to happen, especially with a storm coming. So,
Queen.
You know what? I'm going prediction here. Oh, go. Okay. You say something.
I was just going to say I have so many queens right now.
You have a lot of queens.
Well, I mean, yeah, I do. I was trying to think. I'm like Becky, Trish, Jade, Rhea, Chelsea.
And could Tiff get in there?
Yeah.
I love
Queen Tiffy. Yeah. I know. I'm a big Tiffany fan. I never thought I would see the day. But
Sharpay, baby.
Yeah.
Bop, 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 bop to the top. All right. Speaking of top guys, LA Knight Cena versus the Bloodline, Solo and Jimmy. This is gonna be a fun match. This is gonna be a fun match.
It was so funny. Somebody commented to me on Twitter when I was so excited that LA Knight was gonna team with Cena, and they were like, "Is this like your like the best moment of your wrestling fandom?" Like, and I was like, "The best? No,
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 not
but
even
it's
close.
pretty great." I feel like this can go in two directions. I mean, obviously, because one team can win and one team could lose, but
Sports.
I think that if LA Knight and Cena win, then that kind of catapults LA Knight into the the possible eventual title picture with Roman. Because then he can say, "Well, I beat your cronies." You know what I mean? Like, so why I'm climbing the ladder and you're next. But and then of course Solo and Jimmy losing kind of causes more inner turmoil within the bloodline, and then maybe if it's Jimmy that loses, then that's even more doubt in their mind about like Jimmy's fitness in the bloodline and whatnot. But then at the same time, LA Knight and Cena don't have to win, especially Cena doesn't have to win.
Yeah.
And Solo and Jimmy winning obviously kind of just like cements what the bloodline is as it is, and it's a week before Roman returns to SmackDown. So if they want to go in like a positive direction, then it's like, okay, maybe you'll be on the good terms with Roman when he comes back. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of seeing more LA Knight and Cena winning.
Okay.
But
we lock that in? Are we gonna I'm gonna log it in.
Yeah. I want to see more I want to see some issues within the bloodline with Roman back. I want Roman to be pissed. I want mad Roman Reigns.
All right, I'm going bloodline.
Okay.
I'm all in on this Jimmy Uso side quest. I'm a big fan of him just coming into the bloodline like nothing happened and just taking over. Just the uttermost confidence in everything he's doing, having Paul Heyman just have panic attacks, anxiety attacks up the wahoo. And then all while that's happening, Solo's just like, I got him. I got him. I got this thing. He's going to put it right there. We're good. I'm going, and with Roman coming back, it would be an interesting element for having him to come back, and Jimmy is the one that's like on
leading
top.
Yeah. Well, and LA Knight and Cena, like if Cena gets pinned, that could also set up an LA Knight Cena feud or something, possibly, because LA Knight could be like, "What the fuck, man? You made us lose a match," But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with what I said because it's what I said. So
all right. I like that. I like we got the little difference there. All right. Well, you got Dickie agreeing with you. Jimmy gets pinned. All right.
Well, they're still aren't they? They're protecting Solo.
You can't. Yeah, I was about to say you can't pin. You can't have Solo get.
Well, Solo's been pinned, but it was by Cody, which I fucking hate that. But I understand why they did it, but I just feel like it didn't need to happen. Like, I'm sorry, Cody pinning Solo before in the Go Home Raw didn't make me believe more that he was going to beat Roman. You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole thing. Is like, we need to make him look like he's stronger and like he took down Solo. Okay, but that didn't make me feel like he was gonna have a better chance at beating Roman on Sunday. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I think. I just want to see more inner turmoil. I want to see Jimmy kind of like trying to suck up to Roman, but because I want to see Jimmy destroy them from within. I want to see it.
Interesting. I just want to see
take down the Roman Empire from inside the castle.
I love when someone gets inside and takes things down from the inside. It always makes for a good story, especially with how the bloodline is going.
It would be so fun for that to be the twist that we find out that like, oh, Jay and Jimmy, they don't hate each other. This was all a collaborated effort to take them down.
They're going to be on the same show.
And he sided with Cody because he wants Cody to dethrone him or something, like stuff like that. Like he decided with Cody because he knows that Cody was the only one who has been actually close without their help of Roman to beat Roman, So it's like the ultimate betrayal for him to align himself with Cody.
And it could be like, well, Cody showed me the utmost respect when I came over to Raw, and he's been nothing but a great mentor.
He's my real dad. That's
Cody
my real
Rhodes,
cat.
Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in a custody of Jey Uso
Yeah,
ladder match.
yeah. Who gets main event? Jey Uso.
I do like that element though of Jay going, he's done this, that, and the other thing, while Roman, all you did was just put me down and berate me and all that, and that could be interesting. But then
Cody's
there's
my
the Paul
real
Heyman
cat.
element, which
Yeah.
we'll kind of allude to in the 3 count. So yeah, those are okay predictions there. Good, we got that one locked in. Go with this one. We are going to go 2 tag matches back to back. But you got to win this 5 matches, and 3 of them are tag matches. So,
Judgment Day has to win. I don't have anything else to say. Basically,
yeah,
if Judgment Day doesn't win, then I am going to literally jump out my window on camera.
Well, I'll make for some good content. I'll tell you that.
As I break my leg, and I'm like, ah,
Adam,
F you,
Adam!
Triple H.
Adam!
Yeah, I feel like there's no reason for Cody and Jay to win for their story or for Judgment Day. Also, you spelled judgment wrong. There's no E. Anyway,
just fall down sometimes.
yeah, but anyway, I mean, especially now that Dom just won the North American Championship back on Tuesday, I feel like you then can't take the tag titles off of them, especially Damian was talking all that shit, and they're, like I said, I don't think that it's necessarily 100% solid that Judgment Day is going to win, as I said when we were talking about this on Raw. But I feel like you can't do this right now. Like, don't.
No, I'm gonna keep 100. There is no shot in hell that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are winning the tag titles. That makes no fucking sense.
I know, but sense. WWE loves to do things that don't make sense. So that's why I'm like, I'm not ruling it out. Like, if I'm saying I'm 99% positive it's Judgment Day, I have to give the 1% to Cody and Jay, because the way that WWE does things, like, I really would not be surprised if they did that. But again, it would also be kind of like anticlimactic for Cody to his first title win from being back in WWE as a tag title.
That would suck. That's yeah.
And with Jey Uso, like, ew, that's icky. Like, this man made sure you lost your championship and now you're a champion with him. Like, ew, Cody, what's wrong with you?
It's like Charlie Brown in Halloween. I got this. I got a rock. I got the tag titles.
Yeah, it's just ew. So yeah, it has to be Judgment Day. And I would assume they get help, but I don't care. Give me JD McDonough, baby.
What about
this
European?
Yes. We talked about that, because then that would push Drew versus Cody. Oh my God. The dreams I would have.
Let it flow. Let it flow, baby. Let it flow. We love it. Yeah.
I have to remind people
tips for you.
I have to remind people that I am a lady sometimes,
Yeah, always
I have feelings about men. Yeah.
It's okay.
But I do like that we did kind of tease that, and I feel like that would make more sense. And I would love for that to give direction to Cody, because like he doesn't need to be in this story with Jay right now.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
so yeah, Judgment Day.
Easy. I'm not even.
Yeah.
Boom. And then this to me is another just home run, or right down the middle.
See, I'm just conflicted on this one too.
Really?
Yeah. Because this is how I felt going into SummerSlam. I felt like there was no way that they were not going to let Finn win. I was like, there's no way. Like, momentum's on his side. The story makes sense. Like, it has to happen now. And they didn't do it. And it's like, with Nakamura, it's like they haven't made him a champion yet. Like, are they going to go all in on him now? Like, the doubt just kind of creeps in a bit for me when I'm thinking about it, because I feel like it's the right time, it's the right place, it's the right opportunity. Like, you have to do it. It's a last man standing match. Like, this would be so monumental for Nakamura to to become champion in that way. But are they going to do that to their golden boy Seth? I don't know.
You have to. You
I'm not
have
saying
to.
I'm saying I'm agreeing
Yeah,
with you,
I
but
know
I'm
you
saying I just I mean, I think I'll go with Nakamura because it's what I want to happen. I just
Okay,
can't
so
say
you're
that I don't feel 100% confident with that answer. Is I guess more of what I'm trying to say. Like
okay.
I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not confident.
I'll give an alternative line for any bettors out there, gamblers in the comment section. I'm gonna give an alternate line. So say that we're wrong. All right, we're both wrong about Nakamura, and Seth ends up picking up the victory.
Oh, it's because Damien, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I will put if Seth loses, we're getting, or Seth wins. I mean, we're getting a cash in. But then he would have to lose the tag titles, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, would they really give him Damien 3 belts? Like, I don't know, man. Like, are they gonna make Damien Priest be the first one to do that? I don't know. And that's what worries me is I don't want him to cash in if that means he has to lose the tag titles. I'd rather him lose the tag titles and then become champion at some other point. You know what I mean? But obviously, it wouldn't be against Nakamura because they're both supposed to be heels, unless it does end up being they kick him out of Judgment Day for him to be a babyface. But I also am like, I don't love that idea either.
No, he's crushing. He's
He's too good, man, and he looks fine as hell as a heel. Okay, he was not a bae when he was a babyface walking around.
He's got an aura to him. He's got an aura to him.
That voice, baby. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have that deep of a voice.
No,
it's what the ladies find attractive. You know?
Some of us. Yeah.
Some do. When do you see him cashing in? Oh, that's a comment for someone else, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
That's just how I'd want the show to go. How about that?
Now you got me thinking with that.
You know,
that 3 belts thing, because
I know
if he does cash in, that's another element to this that people are kind of forgetting. Is that he cashed in, great, but then you're gonna put all 3 titles. Like,
well, and then wouldn't that also reignite the feud between him and Finn? Because of all people you cash in on, you cash in on Seth, the one who beat Finn twice for the title, the one that Finn wanted to beat for the title, the one who took Finn out.
But there are no leaders. There's no leaders in Judgment Day.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, that's a lot of drama for the Judgment Day.
They're already dealing with enough. They really are dealing with a lot.
I just want them to be a happy family.
Everything's all happy dandy in Judgment Day. I just maybe I would. You know what I want? I'm gonna just give another prediction, or not prediction, but want. Can we just make JD McDonough an official member of Judgment Day? Having them celebrate Dom Dom's win, and he's just outside the ring like a little rapscallion. It was weird.
Did you see the video of them coming through the curtain? No, he was right there. So
okay, good. All right. So
and I feel like it's good because then they're a group of 5. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the numbers are on their side, instead of it always being like, we need 3 guys. Okay, well, like then there's 4 of them. So it's like a bigger task for people to try and take them down because it's like there's not many 4 people groups out there.
Yeah, there's not. It's all usually the 5s, 4 guys, 1 girl. Even throw another girl in there, make 2 girls, 3, 4 guys, whatever. So I really can't be predicting Seth Rollins winning. The dude just, and I say this in the nicest way possible, but he needs to go away for a bit.
I know.
To get
get some rest. Like you don't even have to have surgery if you can avoid it. That's fine. Just like try and do something. Like he hasn't had enough time to explore other options because he hasn't had time off. Like it's just like constantly go, 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 go. And obviously I appreciate it, but like, if you want to be able to like live a normal life, like after wrestling, then you kind of need to be able to take this time off and then see what options you do have. That doesn't mean that you have to be on the shelf for like a year,
Exactly. Do some, there's a lot of shit you can do. I just hope that he actually does it and gets better because we need Seth Rollins for as long as possible. All right, so those were the predictions for Fastlane. A little quicker than usual because there's 5 fucking matches.
Yeah.
That is the low. I mean, just from coming from as someone who watched AEW pay-per-views and there's like 12 matches on the card, it's very Vince McMahon-esque with TK doing it. Fine, I love it because they have so much talent from other promotions and all that. But then you come into WWE, like, why don't you throw NXT in there? Why don't you have Dom defend the NXT North American Championship against Dragon League at Fastlane? Like, why, if we're gonna have NXT or people from the main roster come down to NXT and be the champion, why are we limiting them to defend it just on NXT programming? We already saw them defend it on Raw. You know, like why is a pay-per-view different? And with how Dom's feuds are with different people, they're worthy enough to be put on a pay-per-view card. So that's just my thoughts about it. So those are predictions. I am boxing it up, locking it up. I might tweet out the photo. I might just tweet out the thoughts. I don't know. That's why you just got to follow me on Twitter at @Pat_Pitts and follow Sara too at @SMarshXO for all those. So now it's time for the 1, 2, 3 count, Sara. All right.
Yes.
We're already at an hour. Crazy. And I love that we can just talk nonsense. Oh, nonsense, you say? Oh my God, it's time for the Nonsense Wrestling Federation announcement. Not an update, Sara, but an announcement. And shit, you know, I was gonna show highlights, but we're over on time. So highlights will be next show. Okay. And you know, speaking of shows, we have a pay-per-view coming up. All right. So we've done the first, like, crazy enough when you start the universe mode, a little breaking the fourth wall. But when you start universe mode, you get like 3 weeks and then boom, pay-per-view. I don't like that. I want like a little bit breathing room. So we do have a pay-per-view coming up.
That's how it used to be, though. It was
did.
like every 3-4 weeks there was another pay-per-view.
That is true. Okay. Maybe I wishful thinking. But we do have a pay-per-view coming up. It is advertised in the NWF as WrestleMania Backlash. That might change. But the point of the announcement I'm trying to make is that Sara and I are going to be announcing it. Okay. And I've thought of a way, and I want to, I almost said Photoshop. Wow. I want to workshop it here quickly with you, Sara. So, and the peeps too, because I want to know, actually, seriously, I want to know what peeps that are in here actually tune into it, because I really think that you would enjoy it. It's not as video gamey as the other games, and I would say the only real issue of the whole thing is that you don't know how long these are because it's simulated
and you
matches.
can't hear the music.
And you can't hear the music, which that goes into my other part about this announcement, is that I want to just stream it. Okay. While I'm doing my shit down here, editing or whatnot, just stream it. Just have a run through of the whole thing. And then put it in here in the Yard of Streams, whether it is a live stream that we do separately, whether it is, something else, or like a pre-recorded thing, whatever. And have it with music, entrance themes and whatnot, to make it a little bit more realistic in a way. So I don't know the day for that. I kind of want to, what do we want to do? Do you want to do in like a couple weeks? Do you want to do like, this coming week? What are we feeling off the top of our head?
I mean, whenever we can and whenever we can figure it out, like a day that we're both fine, then that's fine with me.
Okay. Cause I really want to do it. It's just so fun. And the other thing too, that I didn't like. So in the universe mode, when you go to the next show, it obviously has an automated stack card from our nonsense or NWF creative team. They already have the cards, but they're not good. Okay. The matches suck. We kind of had to get rid of Edge. He left the galaxy. He went to another galaxy. So we got to take him off the card. Speaking of nonsense too, there's no one on Shenanigans Showdown that's on the card, and that absolutely should be highlighted. I mean, TMNT are the tag champions, and honestly, Sara, crushing it. They are so fun to watch because whoever created these characters, they gave them the Japanese style of the kicks and the high
Mhm.
fly.
That
So
makes sense.
and it makes sense for them. It's just so hilarious to watch Leonardo beating up fucking SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And it's just unbelievable. So we'll work on that. I'm gonna a soft launch, be like a week and a half. Oh, I got the Ryder Cup that I'm in. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But please like tune in twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network. That's starting up because I love commentating it. And Sarah, I know once I put it in here for you to do too, you'll really enjoy the commentary because we watch so much of it, and you already have the commentary in your head. You know you're doing it. Every wrestling fan does it. So the fact that you get to do it is in here is awesome. And going from one galaxy to a universe, we got a war, Sarah. We got a
You
war.
want a war?
Go and get one. I mean, does it feel like a war though?
No, because NXT is gonna kill it. Come on, guys. Come on.
It's
Come
so
on.
good.
Come on.
This might
And
be the best.
the thing that I love, okay, is the fact that Sean wasn't the only one who came up with this idea. It's not Sean trying to be petty. It's all of WWE
It's the game.
trying to, yeah. So I love that they're using Cody Rhodes. He's probably just going to announce the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and I'm fucking here for it because I'm like, yes, King, go against your old company. Okay. Asuka makes a lot of sense because she was like a huge part of
Undefeated.
NXT. Yeah. John Cena going to NXT for the first time. Love that. Paul Heyman. Yeah, he's never been in NXT as far as I know.
I thought he made an appearance once, but okay.
I don't know. Paul Heyman.
What do we think of that?
I love that.
What are your thoughts on? Because I saw this and I have other thoughts and went down my own little rabbit hole. But
I love that he's included in it. I'm kind of confused why it's Braun Breaker of all people. But I think it's because we like the Mello Cena connection that it just made sense that they had to have somebody with Braun Breaker, and it's like Paul Heyman is the best guy to make you watch. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it is weird for Paul to be doing that just because he's like not willing to do anything outside of the bloodline. So it's like, what's going on?
What if I was to tell you, Sarah, that it's still incorporating the bloodline? So I have a theory that Braun Breaker is the next Paul Heyman guy. And that this is a foreshadowing.
It's like a test.
That Paul Heyman is trying to moving on to the next guy because Roman's getting weak. Jimmy's taking over. Like, there's going to be something along those lines where we're going to have Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman will be in the corner of Braun Breaker.
I hate it though.
Why?
Because it feels too much like Brock and Paul 2.0. Because like they're gonna try and book Braun the same as Brock. Because it's like,
yeah.
Other than the fact that he's 5 shades darker, it's like they're the same person.
Yeah. What is that tan he's got?
He
going
needs to
on?
slow down. Someone needs to tell him to stop.
Him and Cora Jade are just taking
yes.
on dates.
Well, and they're spray tanning. It's like people need to remind them you're white, dude. Like you're white. So
yeah, it's tough. That is tough. I think
it's also funny that they're doing this because Tuesday is Tony Khan's birthday. And it's supposed to be the debut of Adam Copeland in a match on AEW. So I love that they're like, fuck you, Adam. We're going hard. And this past week of NXT did record viewership. So if they did that and they weren't competing with anybody, and then they stack it the following week, like there's no way that AEW is winning.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I am so excited to double screen wrestling. I mean, we do it all the time. Sports and other things. The fact that you can do it with live wrestling. If I was to explain this to somebody in 1999 that I didn't have to choose, I could just watch both. They'd be flabbergasted. They'd be like, how is that possible?
Imagine the difference that that the Monday Night Wars would have had if you had that option.
Oh, it's a whole different. That's a whole what if Marvel series you could do. Seriously.
Yeah, because it's like WCW would have been alive for a while longer. I would
way
say.
longer.
Yeah.
Way longer. Because you have the social media element of the fans releasing their frustration, or even showing their allegiance, whatnot. And they're not stupid. They have people that are in the offices on both sides that are checking Twitter. It's their job to be the social media people and be online and have a hand on the pulse of the fans. You don't have that booking situation, creative control nonsense that Hulk Hogan, is utilizing, because it wouldn't go over. It just would not work.
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff is a smart businessman. He is a smart businessman who knows that if you have the audience telling you what they want, basically 24/7, it's an easy business model to follow. Combine that with, okay, they're into this, we'll do this to to give them what they want, but also do what we want to do too. It's a whole different element that really throws the Attitude Era in a different direction, and in my eyes makes this feel like another Attitude Era, but in a different. It's the social media era. Like when we look back in wrestling, okay, when we look back and when we're doing this full time, being paid, and then we get to the point where streaming service XYZ is asking us to be interviewed for a documentary about wrestling, they're going to ask us about essentially two eras, and it's going to be Attitude Era and it's going to be social media era. Those are the two most influential eras in professional wrestling, hands down. They're not going to ask you what happened in fucking 2011 through 2014 or 13, because 14 was okay. They're not going to ask you about really the ruthless aggression, because it was great, but that was, planting the seeds, not them fully blossoming. This era has produced more eyes for pop culture purposes that the eras after the Attitude Era and even before really could not even touch. So I love that element of it, where it doesn't feel like a war, but I don't really know how to put it, because it's not a war.
Every time I hear you say war, I just want to be like, you want a war? I just hear Scott Hall in my head.
You gonna get one. And then let me change this so the number is right. Okay, and 3, not 23. Damn it. All right. 3. There we go. Hit the bell. You think you know me. All right. So we got 5 people in here. We got our usual peeps. All right. We've been watching, or I've been watching mostly. You've kind of dabbled in it. But Stash Club Wrestling, I love. I support peeps wherever I can. And I've been binging those, and their trivia videos, I'm getting them just nailing it. Boom.
I was so good at the song one.
So good.
Playing backwards. I did so good in that one.
The backwards ones were hilarious.
The 14. I got 14 of 16.
Ooh, you almost had Sweep City.
I know.
I
did better than both of them too.
That's just saying, we know our shit. So if anyone in here has a comment or question they want to ask us, this is your time. Okay, this is your time to ask the question. First question we see, gonna answer to wrap up the show, and I'll vamp until then, talking about how much I know and how much you know, Sarah, because I think together we could write an encyclopedia. I mean, just with the songs I easily know just from how much I listen to. I mean, I spent all today just listening to theme songs walking around Boston. So that was awesome. Like walking around and just blasting. I was listening to Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, Stone Cold, Edge came up, Adam, and there were a few others too. Making moves. Making $1 million moves as you're pulling up to a client is really cool. That is a really all right, you damn right we're going to make some $1 million moves here. But yeah, if you have a question, nope, doesn't look like it. All right, well, you got time while I wrap up the show here. You know what? Audible. When do we think Jade Cargill makes an appearance? Her first appearance.
I don't know, man.
But
I don't think it's going to be right away. I think it's going to be a bit. I think
they're
they kind of
really-
want to like hype it up and then like let it cool off and not like have you forget, but like have it be more exciting, I guess, like more unexpected. Because I feel like right now, if she popped up, it would be like, yay, she's here. Like we knew it, you know. I feel like it'd be more interesting if it was like, I don't know, because I just don't see where she would pop up or for what reason right now. I don't
Yeah.
feel like there's anything that's intriguing enough to insert her into it. I mean, they don't even have like if she's gonna go on Raw, they're not even having Rhea at Fastlane. So
That's
why would she
true.
pop up right now? You know?
That's true.
And there's not, I mean, they're so intertwined on SmackDown with the Damage Control and Charlotte and Asuka and whatever. It's like, I don't want to see her there either. So,
That's true. So
yeah.
we'll have to see. All right. Well, you guys don't want to ask us questions. That's fine. We're going to end the show anyways because we've been going for a long time. And we want to thank you. All right. Thank you guys for tuning into this edition of Pits and Sara's Wrestling Show where we take no nights off. All right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, that bell notification to know when we go live. Please do, and then let us know if it's working. Because I know Kingdom of Razor had an issue, and if anyone else does, then we'll have to reach out. We'll have to do our due diligence there. And then I said the Twitter accounts that you can follow, Instagram, TikTok. They're all in the description below. So go check that out. Go check out our archive videos. Sarah's cuts them. You know, we have so many there. So and really help us get those watch hours up so we can get paid for this shit. All right. And legitimately paid, not just the super chats. They're great. Keep them coming. I love the super chats. But we want to make this thing full time. That's the whole point of doing it. So help us get there and we will help you with our wrestling knowledge. And that's all I got. So thank you guys for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you could do it. All you got to do is try. We will see you. Oh, not Saturday. No SmackDown breakdown on Saturday. Probably should say that because we got Fastlane. So we'll be back for a Fastlane prediction or reaction. I mean, Raw Rewind, something. That's why you got to hit that bell notification. Okay. And, oh, yeah. All you got to do is try. We'll see you next episode. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.